Okay. Happy Thursday, everybody. Uh, yeah. So, today is going to be shoulder day. Shoulders, I guess. I don't know. It's one of those attorneys general situations. Shoulders workouts, because you are working out both shoulders. If there's plural. Anyway. Yeah. So, continuing the saga of Ford electronics don't work. The fuel sending unit in my fuel tank, not the sending unit, the float for that tells you how much gas you have left. It's always been a little hinky because I had the way that Ford does it and some Chevys do it is the pump, the sending unit, and the float and everything. They're all just one piece, and so it comes in the top of the tank, but the like the sensor and everything is all just one piece, which like makes manufacturing and stuff probably a bit more streamlined. However, you are exposing electronics to gasoline, which by itself, not that much of a problem. Gasoline is not conductive, it's a non-polar liquid, and shouldn't be that much of an issue. However, here in the US, we had the bright idea at some point that we should be putting ethanol in our gasoline. Also non-polar, also doesn't conduct electricity. However, ethanol, like gasoline, is volatile. And what that means is that it is not chemically stable at room temperature. And it will break down into other chemical components. Oh, and the sending unit just kicked back on. You gotta love Fords, baby. You gotta love Fords. Anyway, so we got a quarter tank. Good to know. But anyway, so what happens with ethanol is that given that it is unstable, if you ever had like a bottle of rubbing alcohol or vodka or whatever, and it's been open for a really long time, I guess a better example would be like drinking alcohol here because you might have experienced it. But if you ever have like a really really old spirit, it's been open for years, and you go to take a sip or you make a drink with it or whatever. I don't drink anymore, but this is just for the sake of argument. But you'd sip it and you're like, wow, that's really watered down. It tastes like water with a hint of whatever spirit is supposed to be in there. That's because it is water. Because ethanol is not stable and it will break down into water. Water, of course, is a polar liquid and it conducts electricity. It's also an oxidizer. So anyway, that is why sending units tend to burn out in Fords and Chevys and other hybrid fuel pump sensor setups. If you have old stale gas, besides the gas breaking down into varnish, which is its own issue, the ethanol, because most gas is anywhere from like 5 to 15% ethanol, or maybe 5 to 10%. I don't know. The stuff that isn't ethanol is called Rec 90, and it's 100% gas. And that used to be the standard, but it's not anymore. Anyway, so old gas will break down. You'll have water in your gas, and it's a problem. And that's why if you find like a car, not like an old car, because that'll still have leaded gas, which is honestly shelf stable. It doesn't break down at all. But like, say you go to the junkyard, or you find somebody's car in a barn, and the gas tank will likely be rusted because the ethanol in that gas will have broken down into water and corroded the gas tank. You don't find that as much on like survivors and barn finds from like the 60s and the early 70s because there was no ethanol in the gas and the gas is leaded. It's very, very stable. Some of those, if everything else is all right, you can go in there and turn the key and it'll fire right up because that leaded gas is going to stay strong. Lead has its own issues, of course. It's not necessarily good for you, but deal with that. Different beast there. Anyway, so yeah, that's why my fuel sensor is always a little hinky because yesterday I looked down and it said completely full. And I'm like, that's not right. So I checked my trip counter and I had like 250 miles. And I'm like, I know that it's not full. I drove a lot the other day. There's no way this has a full tank. And the other dead giveaway was the needle was buried all the way on F there. And then this morning, just now actually, I get up, not this morning, but I don't even know what time it is, like 3 o'clock or something. But today, as it were, I get in there and I start it, and it's buried all the way on E, but it's still running. So I'm like, I know it's not empty. And now I just woke up and it says I have a quarter tank. So, I mean, that's Ford Electronics, baby. You know? They've always had an issue with them, but the motors tend to run. You know, nothing wrong with Fords. Some of them. Some of them are garbo, but quite a few are good. The Ranger's one of the better ones they've ever made. Second and third gen Rangers, specifically. Anyway, it's actually a beautiful day outside. I mean, let me rephrase that. The temperature outside is very nice. It's actually very gray, dull, drab, and like boring. It's very England outside. But for once, it's like in the 70s, you know. And we had a big storm come through that dropped the pressure severely, and it's been very wet these last 24 hours or so. So the temperature dropped quite a bit, and it just keeps raining and raining and raining. But it's nice to get a break from like the 90s, which it has been for like the last 2 or 3 weeks. So, you know, if it was smart, I would have put off all my vehicle work until now, right? But, you know, whatever. It's nice to have air conditioning in my truck and all that. And you got to get it done in order to get it done, right? You know, if you don't take that first step, you'll never take any more. So, whatever. No big deal. We got it choo-choo. But it is nice out, temperature-wise, and I appreciate that. My prayers have been answered. I'm like, yo, God, my man, can we turn down the thermostat a little bit? And I guess he listened this time. Besides shoulders, I gotta tell you guys, I am hungry. These last few nights, like I got my diet cut on Monday, like my calories cut, a new diet plan, and I am hungry. I've dreamed about food these last few nights, like Monday night I dreamed about like turkey legs, like the kind you get at the fair, and then last night I was dreaming about like nacho cheese and like chips and tacos and stuff. Anyway. And we're 7 weeks out. Like it's too early to be having the food dreams. That's like a 4 weeks out thing, but hey, whatever. My first show I dreamed about, like for about a month, I dreamed about fried chicken like every single night. It's one of my favorite foods, and that's just what I dreamed about. And I was like, man, that's so good. Whew. Anyway, but I'm hungry. I'm very hungry, and it's a pain, but it's part of the process. You know, you got to pay to play. That's what I always say. A lot of things. I have a few idioms that or axioms. I think idioms that I tout or tort a lot. I'm just misusing words left and right today. All you English people, grammar people are going to be writing me about that. This weekend, I got a stacked schedule, I tell you what. I mean, nothing going on Friday, which is tomorrow, besides like my lift, which is legs. But it's leg press day, and I like leg press, as you know. And then, oh, okay, I guess I won't go. There we go. And then Saturday, I have my shift at the other gym that I work at. Not this one I've been going to lately, but you've seen it before. My other gym. And I got that shift. And then, son of a stinky, I missed the light. That's stupid. It's like a 2-second light. But after that, you know, that's from 8 to noon. I'll get off of that and go to I'll hit my lifts then, which I think that's chest. It's a lot of dumbbells. And then after that, one of my buddies, the guy who actually owns this gym I'm going to now, he's competing in a show that's about 2 hours from where I live, and I want to go to that. I think the event's at like 4:30, and we'll see, because they're going to do all. I would like to get back home early-ish, because then, whatever. Because Sunday, besides probably needing to lift, my grandma's having like a cookout type thing for my uncle's birthday at 1300. So all over the map. And the other thing is like, I'm probably not going to be able to eat anything at said cookout. I'm just going to be like, hey guys, how you doing? Let's hang out, and I'll just watch everybody else eat because I'm really hungry and this sucks. Who knows? Maybe I'll have some beans or something. But or if they got like, there's not gonna be anything I can have. Maybe some sides, But I'll bring a chicken breast or something. We can toss it on the grill. It won't. The main point is not the food; it's to hang out and to see people. So yeah, that's my schedule. A little packed, in Saturday and Sunday. I really just like going to see my buddy's show. I want to support him, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting, and I think it would mean a lot to him because not a lot of people go to bodybuilding events. It's getting less niche, but it's still a very niche sphere. Fitness, I guess, is getting less niche, but bodybuilding and competing is still kind of esoteric, if you will. But anyway, I'd like to go out there and support him, and it's not that far. And who else? Maybe he'll come to my thing. But the issue is that's like it's a 2-hour drive out there. Whatever. I'm from the Midwest. 2 hours is like a commute, But then I'm not going to the prejudging because that's boring. It's also I wouldn't be able to make it because it's at 11. But the finals start at 4:30. But if it's anything like what I think it is, they're going to get through all the women's categories. So that's like 5. There's like figure, physique, wellness, bikini, maybe something else, and then they have the transformations, and then they get into physique, men's physique, and then classic, and then open. And he's doing classic, novice, and classic open. But the problem with this is like a 2-tier event. It's open to residents of Indiana, and then it's also a national show, or an open like show. But there's like a separate section for Indiana only, and a separate section for anybody else who wants to come. And he's doing novice in the Indiana only section, and then he's doing open in the everybody else section. So usually events are pretty rapid, pretty prompt. They get through what they need to get through pretty quickly. So I just want to stick around. I want to see his routine. I want to see his thing in at least one of the 2 call-outs or whatever. Depending on how late the awards go, like, if they're not done by 7 o'clock, I'm scooting, because I want to get home. And, but I'll be out there for as long as I'm out there, and just to support him, because I think that's good. You support people where you can. And it's just, we're all over the map, I keep myself busy, maybe a little too busy, I guess, what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Anyway, shoulders today. My shoulder over here is a little stiff, but, what are you gonna do? Grin and bear it. That's all you can do. Got some dumbbell shoulder press. We got some. I might do Smith shoulder press just to mix it up a little bit, but we'll see. I don't really know. We'll see. Or even plate loaded. I don't think they have a plate loaded one here. I think they have a pin loaded one. maybe, I don't remember. But, yeah, you know the drill. It's going to be the dumbbell shoulder press, some lateral raises, some rear delt, cable things, some other stuff that I can't recall. Probably like some tricep pushdowns, probably in there. Again, I really should have better short-term memory than this, but I just don't. I've never been very good at that. So, anyway, but first I'm gonna go finish my episode of Goliath, which I am not sure I actually like the show, but it is a distraction, so that's nice. It's diverting. That's the word I like to use. And it is one of the shows I've ever watched of all time. So, and I got I actually timed it out. So I'm like, okay, if I watch this much, then I can have 30 minutes on the treadmill to finish this episode, blah, 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 and then I'll be perfectly warmed up and I'll have all my steps in and it's all going to work out. So, that's what I ended up doing. And, yeah, you know, we'll get warmed up. I'm going to drink my Ghost Orange Cream Energy because I forgot to put some Monsters in the fridge. Oh well. And put some shoulders and we'll have a dang good time, boys. And that's final. All right? No arguments, okay? That's what we're going to do. That's what's going to happen. Okay. And there's a parking spot right here for me. How lovely. This one, though. I'm just taking the only one. Oh, well. All right. Well, I will see you guys in about half an hour. So, dumbbell shoulder press, I'm doing 90s. And my fucking arm is killing me. My shoulder, at least right here. It is so tight. So, this is going to suck. But, got 2 sets of 8. There's no way to do it but to do it, so. Yep. Hopefully the setup doesn't kill us. Oh, man. Ooh, my shoulder hurts, I tell you what. Setup's gonna be rough, but, nah, I got it. Thank you, though. Anyway. Okay, not as bad as I thought. But, one more of those. Alright, let's get this second set rolling. Oh, I'm cramping up so bad on that shoulder, dude. But, yeah. Easy when it's over. Alright, here we go. Not entirely sure I gave myself enough of a rest between sets there. But no matter. You know, I also think I did 9 reps in the first set. Doesn't matter. Anyway, here's upright rows next. Woo! There's 2 sets of 12. I've got 125 on here. Same as last week because it was a bit of a struggle. Whoa, my shoulder's in agony. And I got a feeling that this exercise is not going to make it feel any better. But it's easier when it's over. 2 sets of 12. Let's kill it. Oh. I think I might be a bit too high. There we go. Round 2. Fight. Woo! I don't remember what's next. We'll find out. We got our lateral raises, 2 sets of 12. And I'm still going super light on this because it's one of those form exercises, you know. Anyway. And my frickin' shoulder, dude. Okay, not yet, but I think maybe next week we'll do drop to like 25s. Like if they had like 22s or something, that'd be good, because I'd really just like to incrementally stack these, because 20 is getting a little light, but I know that 25 is just going to kill me, so anyway. Alright, here we go again. I think there's face pulls next, I believe. Sets of 8 on face pulls. Or 2 sets of 12 on face pulls, excuse me. We have stacks at the 8, which is 100 pounds. Get my syntax correct there. I don't think I'll need chalk today. Hopefully, at least. Anyway. Here we go. That's heavy today. I can't tell you why, but it's heavy. Woo-wee. Woo. Yeah, we're getting some sweat going now. right. Okay. 1, 2. I mean, I'm feeling it. All right, let's do this next. 2 sets of 15 on rope push downs. And, well, my triceps are usually pretty strong. The rope is a angry attachment. And I had 100 on here. And that 100 was quite heavy. So I dropped down to like 87.5. And we'll see how that feels. Yeah, that 100 was friggin' heavy. I probably could have got like 8, but that's not really the rep range we're shooting for. Here we go. Whoops. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. The second side will be a bit more punishing. If I hear that damn Shabuzi song one more time, I'm gonna tear my hair out. Oh. You got the side delt thing now, rear delt thing now. Big setup here. We're familiar at this point. Got 2 sets of 15 at 50 pounds. So here we go. Okay, off to a start. That feels like something. Oh, my back is cramping. Ow, 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 ow. Oh my goodness. Crazy arm. Fast cutter there, my back. Woo, cramping up. Alright, let's move, guys. Dang, dude. Am I dehydrated or what? I don't know. Okay. Oh. I think it's just twisting. I gotta try to twist a little less. Alright. Oh man. Let's do that again. hopefully my back doesn't cramp up as much. I mean, we did back the other day, so. Yesterday, that explains why it's a little prone to cramping right now, but anyway. Here we go. Okay. Other side. There's this movie that my fiance and I like called Bohemian Rhapsody. It's about Queen and Freddie Mercury and all that. And there's this scene in there where they're playing the title track, Bohemian Rhapsody, on the radio for the first time. But on that single, that 45 they released, the B-side was I'm in Love with My Car, written by Roger, the drummer for Queen. And when they go to play, it's like, I'm in love with my car, and he's like, other side. So that's just a little meme line we quote. So now you know. Okay, go on. We got a little sloppy at the end there, but got the reps done. Anyway, now we have our favorite friggin' T-post. We'll see. That's what I'm going to say. We'll see. Alright, so we have our old nemesis here. The T-post raises. Now, this is an exceptionally difficult exercise. It's just that it's a lot of joint work. And my joints tire. So, anyway, here we go. Just let's see. I will fix the camera after this set. I think that was 5. Yeah, see this work is tough. That last raise there. I muster up some mental fortitude here. Yeah, it's like a half rep. That's fine. Yeah, fix the camera here real quick. What's funny is like that white stringer that I have, the bucked up one. I actually had that out today, and I'm like, if I wear this again on shoulder day, it's going to become a thing. And I'm not sure I want it to be a thing. So I went with this shirt instead. And yeah, so the bucked up stringer will return, but maybe we'll try to not do it on shoulder day. All right, one more set of these. All right, do we feel ready to do another set? Hell no. Hell no. But it's okay, because we're just trying to hammer it out. Get squeezed, the last little bit of blood in there that we can. And we'll just jump right into the pump check. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Fatigue. Come on. My turn. Oh, mercy. Okay. Oh, goodness. All right. We got it done. Anyway, we just hop straight into the pump check here. Okay. All right. I mean, not looking too bad with the shoulders. And I will reveal the legs today. Just for fun. Because I got to practice my posing anyway. Oh, so let's get the shirt off. Okay. Sorry to take my shirt off like a stripper there, but a little sweaty and it wasn't going to come off very easy. Okay. Whew. All right. Anyway, here's like a totally neutral, relax. You can see we got a pretty decent shoulder pump in. Let's get some flexion going. Got some neat little veins coming in there. That doesn't actually look particularly healthy, but it's all good. Don't need to see it. You whores. Oh. That one scene, Pumping Iron, where Arnold's at the Mr. Olympia in Joburg in South Africa, and he finishes off his routine. I've always loved that. I always thought that was super cool. You got to be careful to do it right after workout, though, because I just got very dizzy. So anyway. But yeah, I mean, we got some pretty silly vein structure coming in, frankly. And anyway, without showcasing too much, I think I'll just hit some quarter turns for you and some side chest. And I'm most muscular. My buddy's partnering with me back there. Anyway, so yeah, start off with the front relaxed, I guess. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. Turn. Quarter turn. Front double. Relax. Side chest, which my coach and I have decided this is the side that we're going to be doing for the side chest. Front relax. Front lat. All right. Okay. Let's get a back double in. Okay. Rear lat spread. Okay. And then let's just hit a most muscular, and then we will call it there. Because I got to go bowling. I don't really like bowling, but I was invited. So, anyway. Not bad. Anyway, tomorrow's legs. We'll be here. Hit some leg press. And then Saturday, our big day, where you're running all over Helen Creation. That'll be chest. So anyway, peace. I'll see y'all.